Here we are at the secluded AIDA circuit for the Pacific Grand Prix.
Hello, welcome to the final episode in this season of Formula One. And we are at a circuit that I don't know very well, the AIDA circuit for the Pacific Grand Prix, the first of two races in Japan. We've wrapped up the Drivers' Championship, we've wrapped up the Constructors' Championship. What we're doing now is trying to help David Coulthard claim second in the Drivers' Championship. And he has closed the gap to Schumacher, so hopefully today we can complete that perfect season. Okay, sorry I forgot to talk through qualifying, I just literally forgot. We surprised ourselves with that one, bit better than we expected. David Coulthard on pole position, exactly what we need. Schumacher alongside on the front row. All Ferrari second row, Berger and Alesi. Surprised myself, 5th place for Damon Hill. That's good. Irvine in the top 6. Then we have Herbert, Frentzen doing well again in the Sauber. He's having a good end to the season. Then we have Panis and Barrichello completing the top 10. Then we have the McLarens of Mark Blundell and Jan Magnussen stepping in for Mika Hakkinen at this one. Then we have Suzuki back in the Ligier, Lamy, Bouillon, Badoa, Katayama and Salo in the Tyrrells. Then we have Morbidelli and Inui. Diniz and Moreno in the 40s, and bringing up the rear, Montemini and Bertrand Gachot in the Pacifics. Now, if that name Magnussen sounds familiar to modern audiences, Jan Magnussen is the father of Kevin Magnussen. Okay, let's see what we could do for him 5th on the grid. Well, that's not a good start. Whoa! But we're going to get taken out by Frentzen there. It's a bit crowded here. Whoa, little tag on the back there. Got Frentzen ahead of us. We're down in 8th. Barrichello managed to get through. Let's pass Frentzen now. Oh, and we're past Barrichello and we've slammed into, I think, Eddie Irvine. Didn't realise just how good we were on the brakes compared to everyone else there. We are back in the points. Remember, our main goal now is, yes, to win, but also to help David Coulthard. Whoa! Almost ploughed into the Jordan. That's let the other through. So now they're both in the points. Is that Johnny Herbert behind us? It is. Oh! Johnny Herbert getting rough there, shoving us off the road. Very rude. Not going to stand for that. We won't have bullying, thank you very much. Well, that wasn't pretty, but both myself and Herbert have passed the Jordan. And it's Eddie Irvine, but Barrichello's actually ahead of his teammate. Johnny Herbert very much in a bullying mood today, it seems. But DC is still leading the race, and Gerhard Berger has got ahead of Schumacher. That's good. The DC not only outscoring Schumacher, but he's outscoring him by even more points. Herbert's going for another place. Looks like he's going past Barrichello. Okay, well, Murray now says that that's Barrichello behind me, so is this Irvine in front of me? Sorry, behind me. Hit. Kind of mugged him there. Now we'll go after Johnny Herbert again. The bully of the Pacific Grand Prix so far. And it was Barrichello behind us, so yeah, Murray making a mistake there. Herbert's going for a move on a Lacey. Herbert's gone through. We're alongside a Lacey. And we're through. 5th place. Well, we've just had a stinker of a moment there. We've now lost the place to a Lacey and, well, we're a long way behind. So, 15 laps remaining. Johnny Herbert's put in the fastest lap. And we're once again chasing down John Lacey for 5th. And Herbert's got past Schumacher now. Herbert absolutely flying. It's just a shame he had to bully his way through the field. We were right with John Lacey again. Whoa, Lacey putting us off into the grass, almost into the wall. And now Gerhard Berger's taken the lead of the race. We're going to dive up the inside. Going slightly wide. Lacey comes back, but we've got the place. 13 laps to go. We're closing in on Michael Schumacher. This is our chance to help out DC by taking yet another point. 11 laps to go, we're right with Schumacher. Oh, bit of rough and tumble. I won't be bullied, Michael, come on. Up inside here. Oh, don't break yourself, Damon. We've got a lot of traffic here. And we're right behind Johnny Herbert. And looking at this, I can see Johnny Herbert is right behind DC and he's going for a move on 2nd place. And he's got through. DC's down a place. Now, do we try and get past DC and see if we can go after Herbert? It's taking points off of him. Got Schumacher not far behind either. It's one of those things is we're clearly quick enough to go after Herbert. But we want DC outscoring Schumacher, who's right behind us. Oh, there is Schumacher. Goes up the inside, collides with us. Not a smart move from Schumacher, and it has lost him some time against DC. We're definitely quicker than Coulthard at this point. We now have got the fastest lap, 1:18.8. Ah, this is frustrating. I think we're going to have to go past DC if we can. We're going for it. And we're through. 3rd place. Let's see if we can catch back up to Johnny. Look at this traffic. Cars everywhere. Okay, so Johnny Herbert has now taken the lead of the Pacific Grand Prix, so it's now Gerhard Berger we're chasing with 4 laps to go and traffic in front. Unfortunately, Michael Schumacher has also got past Coulthard and is now outscoring him in this race. Okay, we're right up with Gerhard Berger now. Can we pull off the same move we did on the other Ferrari? We can indeed. Fairly simple move on Berger there, up into second, and we're still chasing Johnny Herbert. Herbert chasing his and Benetton's first win. The gap is 3 seconds. And we're into the penultimate lap, and we are right behind Johnny Herbert now, looking to spoil his and Benetton's day. Right, with the Benetton now, we're going to go up the inside. Braking hard. And we've taken the lead of the Pacific Grand Prix. We've got to hold on to it now because Johnny Herbert is in that very aggressive mood today. We've lowered the fastest lap to a 1:18.3. Going into the final lap now. Can we hold on to this? Well, as we approach the final bends, I have to say this was a very unexpected result. And it's been an incredible race. But we come through to take another victory. What a race we had there. Fantastic. Starting way down and then going backwards multiple times to come through to win the race. A brilliant result. Johnny Herbert, sadly for him, didn't get the win today, but the way he was behaving at the start there, driving into people, don't think it was one he deserved. Berger in third. Schumacher unfortunately finished ahead of Coulthard and outscores him today. And Olivier Panis, where did he come from in the Ligier to get 6th place in their fight against Sauber? Excellent work. Lacey, disappointing not in the points. Fastest lap for Damon Hill once again. So, Drivers' Championship, we are on 118 now. In the fight for second, it comes down to 2 points between Schumacher and Coulthard. Berger's got himself in there as well with 50 points. It's a 3-way battle for second place. And then Lacey and Herbert fighting out for 5th place. Hakkinen still in front of Irvine in 7th. And then we've got Blundell and Barrichello. Constructors' Championship, 171 points. We're so close to 100 points in front of anyone else. Benetton and Ferrari, it's still so close. 1 point in it now. McLaren's still looking good for 4th over Jordan. Ligier take a 1 point lead over Sauber for 6th.
Welcome to Suzuka, Japan, the scene of round 16 of this year's championship.
Okay, 2 races left to go this season, and we're still in Japan, but we're now at Suzuka for the Japanese Grand Prix, a track that's still used today and hasn't really changed. Okay, so we took an unexpected victory in Aida, so hopefully at a circuit we're more familiar with, i.e. Suzuka, we can do just as well, if not better. Okay, first lap didn't go so well, only 14th, very much off the pace. It's going to be close, but we've done it! 0.8 seconds up, and that's pole position. So let's take a look at the grid for the Japanese Grand Prix of 1995. So Damon Hill back on pole position, the only one in 153s, with Schumacher alongside on the front row. Lacey third, Hakkinen back in the McLaren in 4th. Then we have Berger, David Coulthard, very disappointed, down in 6th. Irvine and Frentzen. Herbert down in 8th for Benetton, and Barrichello completes the top 10. Then we've got Panis, Sarlo, Suzuki still in the Ligier, Katayama. Morbidelli, Blundell down in 16th in the McLaren. Wendlinger back in the Sauber ahead of Badoa. Then it's Lamy, Inui, Montemini, Diniz, and bringing up the rear is Moreno and Gasho. Here we go then for the Japanese Grand Prix. Whoa! We turned there to try and cover Schumacher. I didn't realise just how tight the turning circle was on that thing. We have got away first though, so hopefully we will keep it. And I hope DC's made up some places.
Race order. In first, Damon Hill. In second place, Michael Schumacher. Third, Jean Alesi. In fourth position, David Coulthard. In fifth, Mika Häkkinen. Sixth, Eddie Irvine.
Okay, so as you've heard there, DC has indeed made up 2 places off the start. Hopefully he can keep moving forward. We've got Schumacher behind us. We're trying not to get away too much. Hopefully we can hold him back a bit. Let DC move up. Okay, as you can see on screen, DC's made up another place. He's up to 3rd now. And Coulthard's got ahead of Michael Schumacher. This is exactly what we need. DC up into 2nd place. And I have to say I can't take any credit for that, because while I was trying to not get away from Schumacher, and I wasn't trying very hard, I was very much like off the throttle in the corners, trying to hang back. We were still pulling away, so it wasn't really helping at all. But DC's doing exactly what he needs to do today. And of course the unique thing about Suzuka is that it is the only figure of 8 track on the calendar. Okay, so I'm going to try and point out where the track actually crosses over. And it's there, so that bridge there is where the track goes over the top. Okay, we're coming up on back markers now. Hopefully they're not going to be too much of a pain in the backside today. Well, Lacey's having a shocker. He's dropped way down out of the points now. Was it running in 4th? Schumacher also not doing well. He's dropped all the way down to 6th place now. Looking good for DC. Okay, so it's the Ferraris at the back end of the points now. Berger with 2 points. Alesi back in now. Schumacher has dropped out of the points. So only one of DC's rivals, i.e. Berger, is scoring at the moment. DC being ahead already means he will be extending his lead over him and going in front of Michael Schumacher. So at the moment it's looking good as long as DC can hold on to it. And we are both looking very good at the moment at Williams. We have about 30-second lead over David Coulthard, and he's roughly 20 seconds ahead of his nearest rival, Mika Häkkinen. Williams very much showing the way in this one. Dominant performance from both cars. Okay, here we are then on the final lap, approaching 130R. We've had an exceptional race today. We exit the chicane, come around the final bend to win the Japanese Grand Prix.
What a marvellous race. What a great win.
And there we have it, a Williams 1-2 at the Japanese Grand Prix, asserting our dominance there. We take the victory 37 seconds ahead of our teammate David Coulthard, who's done exactly what he needed to do today. Mika Häkkinen a great drive in 3rd, equally for Eddie Irvine in 4th, scoring much needed points for Jordan. Berger and Alesi getting those points for Ferrari, which they need in the Constructors' Championship. No Benettons in the points. Schumacher drops all the way to 9th. We've got the fastest lap once again. So, Drivers' Championship. Let's take a look at that fight for 2nd place. David Coulthard now takes over P2 in the championship, and he's ahead by 4 points going into the final round. Gerhard Berger there closes in onto Michael Schumacher by just 3 points. Jean Alesi moves himself further ahead of Johnny Herbert, 5 points in front. Mika Häkkinen looking good for 7th. Irvine for 8th. And then Blundell and Barrichello still there. No points in recent races. Constructors' Championship. Look at that, 98 points clear at the top. But the fight for second is still very close. Ferrari take the advantage and now go 2 points ahead of Benetton. Who's going to take that second place in the last race? McLaren very much out there in fourth with Jordan fifth. Ligier still 1 point ahead of Sauber. Very exciting as we go into the final round.
And now, sadly, for the last time at Adelaide, Australia, for the final round of this year's championship.
So it is the last race of the 1995 season, and it is the Australian Grand Prix, which back then was not held in Melbourne but at Adelaide, which is a circuit I'm not overly familiar with. So it's going to be interesting to see how we get on in this last race. Who's going to take second in the drivers? Will it be Coulthard, Schumacher, Berger? Who's going to take second in the constructors? Is it going to be Ferrari or Benetton? Let's find out. Well, I'm afraid I didn't really show any of qualifying. That's because it was absolutely dreadful. We had to push as hard as we could to get the position we did on the last lap. Up until then we were sitting in 23rd. But it's David Coulthard on pole ahead of his rivals Michael Schumacher and Gerhard Berger. Looking like a great showdown there. Alesi fourth, Frentzen back in the top 5 for Sauber. Can they get points to beat Ligier today? Barrichello there in 6th. Herbert and Irvine are next. We struggled our way through to 9th on the grid. Could have been a lot worse. Then we've got Blundell ahead of Martin Brundle back in the Ligier, ahead of teammate Panis. Morbidelli and Salo come next, ahead of Luca Badoa, Ukyo Katayama. Then we have Lamy and Wendlinger in the Sauber, ahead of Inui, Moreno, Diniz, Montemini, and at the back of the grid, Bertrand Gachot and sadly Mika Hakkinen, 24th for McLaren. Okay, it's the second place showdown. Who's going to get those all-important P2s in the championship? We're a bit slow off the line, but we've got a bit of pace now. Let's go into the first chicane. Bit tight. We've moved up to 8th. Whoa, everyone a bit slow in that corner. We got shoved from behind, and that's taken me ahead of Johnny Herbert. Got Herbert all over the back of us here. Herbert's going through. Double back underneath. Wasn't pretty. Just one place off the point. Currently held by Rubens Barrichello. And there's Frentzen as well. We could get both of them here. And we've done it. Beautiful. So we've got a Ferrari ahead of us. One would have to guess it's Sean Alesi. Whoa! We've just been driven into the side off by, I think it's Rubens Barrichello. Those three fighting for second in the championship. Still up at the front. Good run on Alesi there. We're going to breeze past him. So let's see if we can help DC out a bit here by getting Gerhard Berger. We're up alongside the Ferrari. Oh, a little bit of a tap, but we've made it through. Getting involved in this fight for second place in the championship. DC out in front by 4 seconds. He's doing everything he needs to. Johnny Herbert is currently the man on the move. He's made his way into the points. Past Barrichello, past Berger, and it's now right behind us. Also past Alesi and all that, of course. We're right up with Michael Schumacher now. Sandwiched between the two Benettons. Johnny Herbert's still back there. He's just put in the fastest lap. Good run out the corner. We're going to go past Schumacher here. We've done it. It's now Williams 1-2. We've got David Coulthard just ahead of us. He's on a bit of a slow run at the moment. We've gone wide there. Bit worrying. DC's losing pace. Very quickly closing in on him. I just saw the Benetton in the background. I'm not going to overtake DC here. I've got to leave him out front. Otherwise that leaves him vulnerable to the Benettons behind. Just lap the first back marker. You can see we've now got the fastest lap, 1:21.7. Johnny Herbert has not done his teammate any favours. He has overtaken Schumacher now. Schumacher and Berger still in the points, but nowhere near enough to challenge Coulthard, who's very much outscoring them both today. And Michael Schumacher has now retaken third place from Johnny Herbert. We're so much quicker than DC, but I don't want to go past in case DC has some really slow laps and that allows Schumacher back in front. And Schumacher is indeed closing in. He's only a couple of seconds behind us now, so I need to keep myself in between the two to stop Schumacher getting ahead of DC. As tempting as it is to just go for the win, we're doing this for the team to give us a perfect season. And there is Schumacher. Schumacher right behind us. Oh, Schumacher slams into us. Very aggressive. And all of a sudden, he's right on David Coulthard. Schumacher right behind us. I've got to do a lot to keep him behind, but also not running into DC. Whoa! Schumacher does it again! So we've got a queue behind us now as everyone's closing in. So I'm now not just keeping Schumacher behind, I'm keeping almost everyone in the points behind. We've got Coulthard just in front, the two Benettons and Barrichello right behind. Oh, and we're being shoved up from behind. They're absolutely swarming all over the back of us. Got to make our car as wide as possible. We're on the final lap. We're right with DC. The others aren't far behind. Decided to go through and see what happens.
What a marvellous race! What a great win!
So there we have it for the final race of the season. We took victory on the final lap. We'd helped DC enough. I think we'd earned that. DC claims second. And Rubens Barrichello, following on the 1-2 from Williams, he gets third for Jordan. Good race from him. Herbert in front of Schumacher. How Benetton didn't win a race this year, I do not know. And Irvine in 6th, some good points for Jordan. Berger and Alesi did not score. Fastest lap, Damon Hill. So the final results in the Drivers' Championship, 73 points was the difference at the top. We finish on 138. David Coulthard completes a perfect season for the team, claiming the runners-up spot on 65. In the end, Michael Schumacher claimed 3rd ahead of Gerhard Berger. Alesi finished ahead of Johnny Herbert for 5th. Hakkinen 5 points in front of Irvine despite a late charge from him. And Rubens Barrichello takes 9th from Blundell in the final race. The Constructors' Championship, 111 points. The difference at the top, incredible. 203 points for Williams as they take the first Constructors' title. Benetton claims 2nd, 3 points ahead of Ferrari. McLaren just managed to hold on to 4th, 3 points clear of Jordan. And Ligier claims 6th over Sauber. And that's it. That's the end of our first season of Formula 1 racing on the PlayStation. A perfect season for Damon Hill, David Coulthard and the Williams team. And we'll be continuing on as we go into our second season. Sadly, there is no game for the 1996 season on the PlayStation, so we're going straight to 1997. Lots of changes going on when we come back. I'm sure we're in for a fascinating season. There'll be some changes with the game as well, just to spice things up a little bit. But I hope you have enjoyed this first season of Formula 1 racing. Very nostalgic. This game, of course, almost 30 years old. If you did like the video and the series, leave a like down below. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe and the notification bell. Leave a comment down below. Tell us what you enjoyed about this season, what you're looking forward to for 1997. But until that new season comes along, all that's left to say is take care of yourselves.